Hello, today we are going to solve October 2022 paper, question number 1, part 2. We have to calculate revenue sales for the year ended 30th September 2022. So let's solve this. So the revenue or the sales, okay, the total sales for the year, it will be equal to revenue is equal to cash sales, okay, plus credit sales. So you add both of them, then you get the total revenue for the year. So credit sales we are going to calculate using the trade receivables account. The trade receivables account, okay, they have given the opening and the ending balances, right? So the opening and the ending balances are given. So we will adjust and try to calculate the sales. So on 1st October 2021, okay, the balance brought down, okay, the balance brought down was 5600, okay. So let's write that it is going to be 5600. Then the ending balance, okay, the ending balance is going to be, as on 1st October 2022, it is going to be 7800. So let's write that 7800. Now towards that, then some sales would have happened, okay. This will be the credit sales, but okay, this would be in the sales account reflected as credit sales, okay. So credit sales, okay, would have happened, and we don't know, we are supposed to calculate this, but the receipt from the customers towards that, okay, would have is equal to 71,400, okay. So that would have come in the bank. So bank receipt, okay, I can just put here. So to understand, it is receipt. So receipt from the customers would be, receipt from the customers was around 71,400, okay, 71,400 you receive, okay. You made some sales, so some people paid back 71,400, and then we have to calculate what is the sales that had happened, okay. So because there is a balance brought down, so we know that on um, 30th September, okay, 30th September 2022, the balance carried down is also equal to 7800. So now we have to adjust both and try to calculate the value of sales. So 71,400 plus 7,800, it would be equal to 79,200. So 79,200 is the total value. Now what, so 79,200 minus 5,600. So let's calculate 79,200, okay. 79,200 minus 5,600. So that value is 73,600. So write down that value. So 73,600. So that is the credit sales. Now let's calculate what was the cash sales, okay. For the cash sales, we can see that, okay, so credit sales is equal to 73,600. Now we have to calculate cash sales. Cash sales is equal to, we know that the cash sales was banked after paying wages, general expenses and drawing. So this also should have been a part of the total cash sales. So this was the final cash sales that was banked, but before that they had paid even 4750. The wages was paid from the thing, and then general expenses were paid. So you include this all forms, this all would have been a part of cash sales. So this is equal to 19,600 plus 4750 plus 3250 plus 5200. So that is equal to 32,800. So that is equal to 32,800. Now, okay, this is the thing. Now let's calculate the revenue for the year. Okay, so we have to calculate the revenue or the sales for the year ending 30th September 2022. So you just write the same thing. So that value will be equal to 73,600 plus 32,800. So that is equal to, so we have 73,600 plus 32,800. So 106,400. That was a total revenue for the year. Okay. Then we have to calculate purchases for the year ended 30th September 2022. So this again I am going to calculate what was the credit purchase. Of course there was no cash purchase, so we have to calculate this. Now we know that trade payables account is a liabilities account, so it will start on the credit side. So the first, okay, whatever the balances they have given, we will take that. So balance as on 1st October 2021, balance brought down, okay, the balance brought one was 6,100. So 6,100, and at the ending the balance had become, okay, at the ending the balance had become 9,700. Okay, now what do we do? So now that was 9,700. Then was anything paid to the suppliers? Yes, some amount was paid to the suppliers through the bank. So payment to the suppliers. So that was around 58,000. And then we also see that there has been a refund from the supplier. Okay, the supplier had refunded certain things. Okay, so the thing is we would have made some credit purchases. Okay, so we would have made some purchases, okay, on credit from the supplier, and then we would have, they would have, there was some payment made, so that supplier gave some refund. Okay, because he gave some refund, we assume this has been it is like purchase returns, it is like he has refunded some amount. So you write it on the credit side because it came into the business. Okay, so there was a refund. Okay, that was bank, from the bank we are getting that. So refund, so that value will be equal to 3,100. So in the bank it is a even in the bank it's on the debit side. Here it is a double entry account, so definitely in the trade payables account it should appear on the credit side. So we have some balances, some purchases, some refunds and payments happening. Now let's calculate, okay, let's calculate the thing. Okay, so here on 30th September, okay, on 30th September 2022, the balance carried down would have been the same as this 9,700. This also you have to account. So 58,000 plus 9,700. So let's add up those. 58,000 plus 9,700. So that value is 67,700. So let's write that. So it is 67,700. So calculate on both the sides 67,700. Now 67,700 minus 6,100 minus 3,100. So that value is 58,500. So that is the credit purchases that has happened. So it will be 58,500. Okay. So this was the credit purchase that has happened. So you have to write the thing here. So the purchases for the year ended 30th September 2022 amounts to is equal to 58,500 pounds. Okay.